Hey guys, it's Danny, and today we are doing a springtime meal prep. Now, one of my favorite ways to meal prep as the weather gets warmer is to set up a DIY salad bar. These are great for lunch, they're great for dinner, and you can make them work for the whole family simply by incorporating in what everybody loves to put in and on their salads. Now, what you're gonna need is a whole bunch of airtight containers. I am using a combination of glass and plastic, but I have found that the glass containers tend to keep the fruits and veggies fresher longer. But at the end of the day, you just gotta use what you have. So if you don't have a lot of containers like this, you can also use some leftover containers from your takeout or plastic Ziploc baggies if need be while you work on stocking up your containers. Now, all of the containers that I'll be using here today, I will leave links for down in the description box below. This way, if you want to work on your meal prep containers, you can check them out down there and then decide if any of them would work for you. You're also going to want to make sure that you have some of your favorite salad dressings on hand as well. So whether you're buying them from the grocery store or making them yourself, be sure that you prep those when you're doing your DIY salad bar meal prep. If you're looking for some clean and delicious DIY dressings, I will be sure to leave a link to my video down in the description box below. So here's how I think when I'm setting up my salad bar. I want some type of good high quality carbohydrate to help bulk up my salads. Then I'll do a handful of different proteins, lots of fresh vegetables, and a few fun stir-ins. So for my carb this week, I chose wheat berries. If you're not familiar with wheat berries, they are so delicious. They are a very hearty whole grain. And once they're cooked up, they have this chewy texture with a little bite on them. So texturally, they are delicious sprinkled on top of a salad. Plus, they're really easy to make. You would make it pretty much the same way you would make rice. So you just put your wheat berries in the bottom of a pot, cover with some cold water, bring it all up to a boil, pop on a lid, reduce it down to a simmer for about 45 minutes. Be sure to check it. And then once they're nice and tender, they're ready to go. If you find you have excess water in your pot, you would just drain it off like you would if you were making pasta. Then once it's cooked and ready to go, I just transfer it into a tall mason jar, pop on the lid, and they are ready for the salad bar. Next, I like to think about my proteins. Basically anything that needs to be cooked, I prep first. So I've got some hard-boiled eggs here, and I make those simply by lining them all up in the bottom of a pot, cover them with cold water, bring them up to a boil. Then once you've got the boil, I shut off the heat, pop on a lid, and set my timer for 8 minutes. This, in my opinion, makes the perfectly cooked hard-boiled egg. Then I just drain them out, put them in a pot with some ice water to help the peeling process, and then peel all my eggs and get them into a glass container. I am telling you guys, having the eggs peeled and ready to go is a complete game changer, because this way, come mealtime, you do not have to wrestle to get the eggshells off of the eggs. Then I'm prepping up some chicken, and you can literally sub in any other protein you want here. Just use this as an example and then make it work for you. But what I have here is about 1.5 pounds of thinly sliced chicken cutlets, and I'm just going to drizzle them with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, seasoned with salt, pepper, and some Italian seasoning on both sides. Then I have a nice big nonstick skillet, and I've got a little olive oil in the pan, just enough to coat it, and I'll pop these into the pan, let them go for about 2 or 3 minutes until you start to see the edges becoming opaque, and flip it over. Because they're thin cut, they cook really quick, so no more than 3 minutes per side. Once they cool off, I'll slice some just like this and put that in one half of my container. And then for the rest of the chicken, I like to chop it up like this just to give a little variety. So the last protein I like to have on hand is some edamame. This is a plant-based protein, and again, it adds great texture to the salads. My kids love these in their salads. So what I do for these is I take them straight from the freezer, put them into a microwave-safe bowl, add a little bit of water, wet paper towel on top, and then just cook them for about 5 minutes, and they're ready to go. Once they cool off, I transfer them into the container, and they're salad bar ready. Next, I move on to my leafy greens, aka the base of my salad. Now, you could just do this with one green, but I usually do a variety because not only do I use these greens for my salad, but a lot of times we'll use them for smoothies in the morning as well. So I've got one big container of fresh chopped romaine, and I like to buy the romaine hearts. And what I do is I give them a chop, get them into a strainer, give them a good rinse under some cold water, and then I run them through my salad spinner to make sure I pull out any excess water. Because when you're trying to store your greens for the week, it's really important that they're dry. This way they will last longer. So the next tip I have is I line the bottom of my container with a paper towel. This way, if there is any excess moisture, the paper towel will absorb it, again, keeping our greens fresh longer. Then I've got my kale, and what I do here is first I stem it, then I chop it up, give it a wash, and the same exact thing as my romaine lettuce. And I want you guys to note that because I'm chopping my greens before I wash them, I'm using this plastic cutting board. You never want to wash dirty fruits and vegetables on your wood cutting board because that's going to absorb whatever's on there, and we don't want to cross-contaminate. And finally, I have a nice big container of baby spinach, which comes triple washed, so I just leave this bin right in the fridge as is, and it's grab and go ready. Then I'll move on to some other fresh chopped veggies. And guys, remember, everything I'm showing you here today is a blueprint. These are just some of the salad fixings we like. Make sure that you take this idea and make it your own. Think that you're walking at a salad bar, and what would you love to see there? That's what you want to put in your salad bar. So what I've got here is some fresh chopped fennel. Fennel is super clean and it's got this very distinctive anise flavor. So it's kind of like celery, but with that hint of anise, like black licorice. I love it. Then I've got some chopped red cabbage. I love red cabbage in a salad because it gives some serious crunch. Then over here, I chopped up some bell peppers. I did green and yellow. And finally diced up some red onion. Just a little FYI, not only do we like this in the salads, but I will often use this for eggs in the morning as well. Or if we need dinner in a pinch in the evening and I'm doing like a quick scramble, it's an easy way to add some veggies to the scramble. Then up front here, I've got some fresh chopped tomatoes. Again, they're just baby tomatoes that I rinsed and chopped up. Having them ready to go makes all the difference. And finally, some baby cucumbers. Now, the cucumbers, I find once I chop them, they go bad really fast. So what I do is I just wash them and then I just leave them ready to grab because it takes 2 seconds to chop a cucumber. So I'll just add that in last minute. Other veggies that I'll use are from the freezer. Do not overlook ingredients from the freezer, guys. Remember, frozen fruits and veggies are flash frozen at the peak of their season, so they are a great, convenient, budget-friendly way to keep things clean and delicious. So the edamame were frozen, and I also have a big old bag of frozen corn that I literally just take from the freezer and transfer into my jar, and I leave it in the fridge just like that. Another Head Start ingredient I use from the grocery store are these baby beets. They are pre-steamed and ready to go. So do not hesitate to use the help from the grocery store. If you're not into doing all this chopping, feel free to go to the store and buy the pre-chopped onions or the pre-chopped peppers or the pre-chopped whatever will help you set yourself up for the week so that you can eat in a way that has you feeling your best. And then I have some fun mix-ins. So I grabbed a can of garbanzo beans and I just gave them a quick rinse underneath some cold water, drain them out, and then transfer them into my container. These are another plant-based source of protein that are really satisfying and add great texture to salad. Then I have a bag of organic mozzarella cheese. So if you like a little cheese sprinkled on your salad, that's easy and we're ready to go. I always keep a jar of olives in the refrigerator. We love those thrown into our salads. And then finally, I will portion out some nuts and seeds. So I have some thinly sliced almonds and some sunflower seeds here that I will leave in the fridge so they are grab and go ready, because I find that's the name of the game, guys. Once this is all here and ready to go, anyone in our family can come home and have a salad in no time. And while my kids are too little to go in the fridge and make their own salad, it's very easy for me to tell them what we have and they can just tell me what they want to add to their salad, or we'll put this all out on the counter and they get very excited because they get to literally create their own meal. So now I want to know, what are some of your favorite ingredients to throw into your salad, and which do you think you're going to include in your salad bar prep? Come on down to the comments below, let me know, and snap a picture of your DIY salad bar and tag me on Instagram and Facebook so I can see what you're whipping up in your very own kitchens. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and share this video with anyone else you know who's trying to keep it healthy and insanely yummy. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Danny Spees, and I will see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers. It's Danny, and today I am sharing my new, boom, 2, 3. Thank you so much for watching. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much for watching. 1, 2, 3. So now I want to know. So now I want to know. So now I want to know. What are some of your favorite ingredients to throw into your salads? Thank you so much for watching. 1, 2, 3.